friends, welcome back to my channel. It is time for me to do my first update on my Finish 14 by Valentine's. It's been about 2 weeks since I initially filmed, and I have some actually really good progress to share with you. So I'll go ahead and show you the items that I have used up first. So no surprise here, but I used up the Beautiful Day Fine Fragrance Mist. I didn't have a ton in here when I started, but it went by pretty quickly. This is a really nice scent. And then I also used up the Paris Amour. This, despite having so little in here, took me a long time to use up. I don't know if the pump on here just wasn't as effective as it could have been, but definitely, even though I like the scent, I'm glad that it's gone. I officially no longer have any full-size fine fragrance mists, which is amazing for my collection. If you have followed my hoarding closet progress, you'll know when I started this a few years ago, like very copiously keeping track and working on it, I had so many mists that I just wasn't using, and I never thought I would get through them. Next thing I finished up was the Body Shop's Fijian Water Lotus Shower Gel. This, again, I did not have a lot to use up. It's not the most seasonally appropriate scent for me, but I was still, for some reason, really drawn to it. Definitely would recommend this. It's a light, almost watered down flower scent. I really enjoyed it. I definitely would recommend it. At least give it a smell. I find that I like a lot of the scents that come in this type of packaging. It's also really clean looking packaging, so big fan of that. I used up the Alterna Caviar Anti-Aging Miracle Multiplying Volume Mist. This I was using as a heat protectant. I know the line might be a little bit hard to see, but I was right around this point here. The pump on this was not as effectively pumping out product the lower we got down in the bottle. Glad to use this up. I've since pulled out something else that I'm using as a heat protectant. The goal is to really dwindle that part of my collection down this year now that I don't have any actual heat protectant sprays. I've also used up the Peter Thomas Roth Blue Marine Algae Intense Hydrating Mask. This, I didn't have a ton left in here. It was a rollover from my last 2017 project. I think I was able to use this about 3 more times since the first initial start, and it was nice. I'm definitely not someone who needs a ton of hydration, so definitely once I'm whittling through the hydration masks in my collection, I probably will not need to pick up any for a while. I also finished up the Toka Cleopatra perfume. Didn't have a lot left in here. I find that the Toka perfumes don't last very long on my skin, so I probably will pass on them in the future, but glad to have worked through. I think this is the second of 3 that I had picked up in like a little trio. The last one that I have is like a lilac scent, so I'll probably wait to use it for the spring, summer months. All right, so now that we got kind of like the easy ones out of the way, let's look at where I'm at with some of my tougher products. There are 2 products that I actually had to cut open and depot. The first one that I have is the Sugar Plum Swirl Shea and Sparkle Scrub. I feel like I should just, the next time I open one of these, because I have 2 more of this style, I should just put them into a tub automatically because it really doesn't squeeze out of here that effectively. I have what's left inside this little container here. This is basically like 1, maybe 1.5 body uses, so I shouldn't have a problem using this up. I exfoliate once a week. The other one that I had to depot is the Snowflakes Cashmere body cream from Bath & Body Works. I like kept squeezing it and I felt like, oh, there's gotta be more than here. Like, let me cut it open, and there was. This is how much that I have left. Not a substantial amount, but it probably will take me, I'd say like 2 or 3 body uses and I'll be done with this. I have to say, I pulled this out like randomly, didn't think a lot about it. I've really enjoyed this scent, so I will definitely be sad when it is out of my collection. All right, now let's look at the items that are just, here's where I am after 2 weeks. The first thing I have is the Burt's Bees Coconut Foot Cream. I started here and now I am down to here. That's really great progress. I've really been trying to push myself to use foot cream every time I shower and put on fuzzy socks, because this does take a little bit of time to absorb into my feet, but it is a really nice foot cream. I also have the Pumpkin Apple Cider Shower Gel from Bath & Body Works. This is the progress that I have made. Now that this is the only one in this project, I shouldn't have a problem using this. I do really like this scent though, so I will be sad when I'm done with it. But again, the more progress, the better. The Dickinson's Enhanced Witch Hazel Hydrating Toner. This is like gonna be in a few more projects. I feel like I was at this line and now I am down to here. this is just a tough product. I'm using it twice a day, but you use so little toner that I definitely think it's a lot of bang for your buck if you like this stuff, but if you don't, it will sit around for a very long time. I also have the Shishido Ultum Power Infusing Concentrate. I don't know if I ever say that right, but I have a little bit of progress on here. I'm in no rush to use this up. I just didn't actually write the first day I started using this. And for me, this is a very expensive product. And so if it's something that I'm gonna blow through really fast, I may decide that I don't wanna keep spending that kind of money and try to look for an alternative. So I at least thought now that I'm 3/4 of the way through this to see, you know, how long it actually does take to use a section of it up, because that will help me see if it is long enough in usage that it can warrant purchasing, or if I should really still look for something that I might go through on the quicker side, but not have to pay as much for each time. The next thing that I have is the Neverending Egg Mousse Soap from Too Cool for School. I really have no idea what's left in here. I did not think I had this much, but it's just gonna keep going. I really hope I don't have to roll this into another challenge, but we'll see. I only use this in the shower, and I refuse to use it somewhere else in my routine because I really just find that foaming face products are kind of messy, and I prefer to have that mess just all contained in the shower and not at the sink or something like that. So just gonna keep plugging away at this. The last thing that I have is my Nivea Lip Butter in Raspberry Rose Kiss. I don't feel like you're gonna be able to see substantial progress on here just because I have been trying to get product out of here however I can, which sometimes requires me to like swirl my finger over all of it and not just focus on like the dip section that I have. So this is slow and steady. I only use this stuff once a day when I'm getting ready in the morning, and so it sits on my vanity. I didn't think I would use this up at all, but I was just curious to see in about like a 5-week period what kind of progress could be had on here. Alright guys, that is it for me. I'm really excited about the progress I've been making. I hope that I can keep plugging away and give another update before the finale, and I'll talk to you in my next video real soon. Bye!